So saw on Twitter earlier today that Google CEO Sundar Pichai posted on Twitter, not on Google+, some information about the upcoming Google I/O. We held our first developer day 10 years ago at the Googleplex to celebrate our 10th anniversary of developer gatherings. We'll be hosting I/O in our backyard at the Shoreline Amphitheater in Mountain View from May 18th to May 20th. So when Google I/O starts on May 18th, I will be standing in front of the Moscone on Mission Street and 4th at the Glass, and there'll be nobody there because you'll all be in Mountain View. And I'll be in the city.
That's where I saw the Backstreet Boys and the Spice Girls a week from each other in 1996. And I'm hoping, Mr. Pichai, please, Mr. Pichai, if you could just bring the Backstreet Boys back, all right?
So,
all right, is what Sundar Pichai then said.
I need you guys to like Bay Area explain this to me because I feel like a lot of people were reacting very strongly to this.
Yeah, so I
don't understand. I don't understand your
right,
side
the
of the
geography here.
Okay,
I understand the Mountain View aspect, doing it in their backyard.
Yes.
What I don't understand is that it's Shoreline Amphitheater, which to me sounds like the Jones Beach Amphitheater on Long Island, which was a bunch of seats outside and a stage.
Yes,
is it
it
going to
is.
be outside?
It's a huge
And that's what
one.
Shoreline is.
It's a tent. It's outside. This is where they have the Bridge School benefit every year, which is like a huge thing in the Bay Area. It is in like marshland, so it's kind of stinky.
So it's going to be outside.
It's outside, and there are
Sounds like it's
two
gonna be
long
outside.
roads that lead to it. This is not Uberable, people. And hotels are not, like, this is not where you can be like, hey, taxi, take me to the Google I/O. But it's probably because we're hoping self-driving cars, a little more room. Google needs a little more room.
Is that what you think?
That's what the internet is muttering about. They're like, it's probably because they want to show us what they've been working on.
So, okay, so that's an interesting theory. I'll come at it from a event organizer's theory.
Yes.
Could they not get the Moscone on the dates they wanted? That's more like booking the Moscone is a nightmare, and I could tell you because I've tried.
Well, we have, I believe we have Sundar on the line. He's willing to kind of clarify at least a little bit of this for you, Ron. So, hey, how's it going, Sundar? He says, we held our first developer day 10 years ago at the Googleplex to celebrate our 10th anniversary of developer gatherings. We'll be hosting it in our backyard.
Right.
It's literally in the backyard.
So, you know,
No, but
it's
that's a way to spin it.
all right, I guess so.
Yeah.
I can't imagine this is their first choice. I can't.
No.
I'll put money.
Shoreline is a strange choice.
I will put money that they couldn't get the
Bring
Moscone.
lawn chairs and coolers with beer. We're going
know.
to talk about Android development.
Yep.
It's
I don't know,
going to be like...
Gina, as a developer who would potentially, you know, come to a conference like this to get smarter on development, does this sound like, from what you've heard about Shoreline and kind of all the aspects of this being outside and everything, does that sound like an environment that's conducive to learning in this regard?
Outside? No, I'm just kidding. You know, I've been at Google I/O for many, many years, and I love it as an event, but I love it more as a person who like covers Android and talks about Google. Like, to me, it feels like more of a press event than a developer event. My experience with the developer sessions is that they're crowded and kind of hard to get to. And really the reason why I want to go to Google I/O as a developer is to kind of corner a developer advocate or go to a workshop and ask a specific question on a thing I'm working on. And Google I/O just feels really big and kind of hectic for that kind of thing. And Google holds a lot of other like smaller developer events throughout the year, like specific to certain technologies, like the Chrome Web Summit, or I think they might do an Android one as well. And so I'd be more likely to go to that. Like, if I had a press pass to Google I/O, I'd be there in a minute. Like, there's going to be, you know, announcements, and that's awesome. The keynotes are great. But beyond that, as a developer, you know, it's an expensive ticket. You know, unless my company were paying for it, and it was a particular technology, and I wanted to get in touch with a developer advocate from a very specific team, face to face. I don't feel like it's, you know, I mean, you get access to stuff early, but I don't know. I'm okay with if I don't make it, which isn't the most enthusiastic.
Gina, I was going to say, I feel like there was a lot more developer-focused stuff at the Big Android Barbecue last year, because it was right after Marshmallow came out, and then we were able to, like, watch some of the sessions online. Probably don't understand them as much as you do, but there was some really great stuff that came out of like the BBQ.
Yeah, that's such a that's such a grassroots event, though. I mean, I mean, in terms of the scale. I mean,
I'm
like,
just wondering if Google's gonna let it become more, because there was another Android conference right before Christmas that they had at Mountain View, and there was like I didn't even bother asking for a press pass because it just seemed really developer focused.
Well, because I mean, and the thing is that this is the event where Google's going to pull out all the stops and partners are going to be there and all that sort of stuff. And as great as the Android barbecue is, or as great as any of the other smaller events, they're not sanctioned, they're not official, and all that sort of stuff.
Right.
So, but going back to my theory, and Flo, you might want to take notes because I could be gifting you an article right now. Just looking on the Moscone Center's website. The same dates, Moscone is booked Moscone North, South, and West for the American Thoracic Society, which is
American Thoracic Society. How could you?
And looking at the calendar, there's something. This is what happens to the Moscone. It books up the Moscone. You think that Google can just throw money around and make the thoracic surgeons move, but Moscone sticks to their guns.
Another thing coming.
No.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I have a hard time believing that Google, of all companies, couldn't get Moscone.
No, I believe it. I believe it.
I've talked to the people at the Moscone Center. I've tried to get dates there.
I super believe it
because
once they plan something, and doctors are probably like way up on it, like way before. Sorry, Google, way before you.
But keep in mind that this American Thoracic Society is taking all 3 sections of the Moscone. Not just the one that Google
medical
takes.
conferences are huge, though. My mom
that's what I
has
mean.
taken me to one before. They're really big. Lots of swag. Way more.
I think that's why. That's my theory. So
I feel like the Google bot probably indexed Moscone's darknet, like years ago and knew what dates were going to be open. I don't know. I think maybe if Google wanted to.
We should go undercover, like to the thoracic, whatever, and just like pretend that we're there for it and just like, we're at Google We're at the American Thoracic.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna go on the day. I'm gonna show up with my little Android thing.
You know what, Ron? You might actually get in this time.
And I'm gonna find out a lot about the wonderful world of thoracic surgery. I'm very excited.
Let us know all about that, Ron.
I don't know. I just
on the scene reporting at its best.
I know event scheduling can be difficult, and especially in San Francisco, which lacks any really good event space other than the Moscone.
But
it's
Shoreline versus actual Google campus. Google campus is huge. I mean, it's as big as my college, my alma mater. So, like,
but where do they have a
But how do you control
Do
the
they have a
amount of
theater?
people?
That's
that
the
come
thing.
in
I don't know if they do. Like how Apple has their own little theater.
But even Apple's theater is small. I mean, they still come to the city for their big ones.
Think about how huge the Moscone Center is when you take all those floors.
Why not
times
the
3,
Santa Clara Convention Center?
floors.
It's right next to Great America, which used to be Paramount's until it lost its affiliation.
I don't know. This will be very interesting. If there aren't Boston Dynamics robots roaming the field, I'll be incredibly disappointed.
Yeah.
That's going to be creepy. Robot dogs.
I think robots and self-driving cars are a long shot. I think this is purely a scheduling conflict. So
and the main objection is that there are 2 roads to get there. That it's just not easy to get to back and forth from hotels.
Nope.
Right?
That's
That's
true.
what folks are objecting to the most, and the fact that it's outdoors.
I even booked a hotel room, and I live 60
well,
miles.
you practically live in Canada.
Yeah, but I
compared
could at least take BART if it was in.
I will give Shoreline Amphitheater it is closer in proximity to an In-N-Out than Moscone.
Oh, that's good. That
Great.
could be what this
Animal
hinged on,
fries
in
every
fact.
day.
Could be. Anyway, so.
Google's
All right,
not
well,
in
Google
that.
I/O, it's coming. Get ready to not be able to get a ticket.